write plays and I play music. I perform in theatres and halls all over this island. I think I was always interested in art. Anything that I come across during the day can inspire me.
I am a live and visual artist. My process a lot of the time just involves walking. I find I'm a very kinetic thinker. I have to move.
Whether it's folklore or storytelling or writing or teaching, the creative side of things is observations and writing things down and a lot of visualisation, seeing the story I'm creating.
My name is Little John Nee.
My name is Rob Fulton.
My name is Day McGee.
I'm a great believer of digging deep into words, and that words, language, allows you to see and visualise and experience the world. There's that sense of just being open to wonder and ideas. So anything can spark an idea in me, anything at all. Going for a walk, cooking, reading a book, suddenly seeing folk playing at something, anything at all can just spark an idea in my head.
All children are curious, so naturally be curious about playing playful things like art, colours and sounds and all those things. So my earliest memories of art are of wonder and curiosity. My sisters read me stories and teaching me songs. We were living in Glasgow and the sun was shining but it was raining. I think I was 3 or 4 years old. So I was, how can it be sunny and raining? And my mother explained to me it was a sun shower. And I spontaneously made up a song. Sun showers all the way from Glasgow. And my mother sang along.
I was always very interested in expressing myself creatively. I went to my art teachers wanting to stage, as I put it, a play, but not like a play with a beginning, a middle and end, more like a sculpture that you can come and go and see at your own pace. So I put on this mess of a multimedia exhibition. But I look back and I kind of think I had guts to do it.
Living in a world where a lot of voices are not allowed to be heard. A lot of people are denied any kind of agency in their world. And that words and the use of words and expression, self-expression or helping others to express ourselves is an act of changing that.
I find performance for me has always been one of the more cathartic mediums. It very much runs parallel to what you're experiencing day to day, moment to moment. It is challenging to render yourself vulnerable in front of people. Performance allows you to do some pretty insane things, even just the adrenaline pumping through you. You can do things you normally can't do, and you can experience things you normally wouldn't experience.
I get inspired by all sorts of things. Horses, gorse bushes, hipsters buying moustache wax. Things that I hear, the songs on the radio. I was touring Scotland one time, and this wee man stopped me in the street and asked me for 10 pence for a bus fare. He said he just spent the night in a police cell, and I didn't have change, so I gave him £1, and he was delighted. And he said, "Don't get me wrong, son, I'm no a bad cunt. They jailed me for singing." And I thought, what a line. So I wrote a scene in my next show where the local police cells were full of wee Glasgow men arrested for singing.
I'm always aware of seeking validation through my work, and in a way, I don't want to poison the water by producing work that only has validation in mind. Collaboration gives me the opportunity to take a break from my ego and potentially let the work take over, sharing that experience with someone else.
The story concerns a man who was very wicked. His crimes were appalling and bloody. Eventually his deeds caught up with him, and he died. But his soul was so heavy with the stains of sin that he could not rise up to heaven. But God is wise and all-seeing. Thus God said to the wicked man, "You may return briefly to the land of the living, and wear the guise of a mortal. You will give aid and succour to all in need, and by doing so cleanse your soul of sin. Your time will be brief there, and you'll be known to all as the Brevity. But when you die, you will journey straight and swift to my heavenly garden." The Brevity returned to the land of the living in the shape of a young man, and set out to live his short life in a good, brave and penitent manner. He risked his life many times to save others, carried out great and selfless acts. His heroism and his modesty were acclaimed everywhere. When his brief allotted time came to an end, God prepared a place for him in heaven. But the Brevity had fallen in love and declared to God, "As long as my lover lives, so too will I. And when he dies, I will share a grave with him." God was incensed at the Brevity's defiance, for she could not kill a hero. "Live then," she said, "as long as you will. But know this, when you do eventually die, there'll be no place for you in heaven." The Brevity and his beloved lived 70 and more years. When old men they sat holding hands, while children played at their feet. They died within hours of each other and were buried together. Healing herbs grew on their burial site, and the Brevity and his lover became ever more tightly bound to the well-being of this small world. Seeing this, God relented. "Gentlemen," she said, "I would be delighted to welcome your souls into my eternal garden." And so the two old spirits flew up, and there they live to this day, singing and dancing in paradise. But some say the Brevity and his lover did not go to heaven. Instead, the two old skeletons simply grinned, cuddled up close, pulled the blanket of soil over them, and politely refused God's offer. What version is the true one, I do not know, but I expect I'll find out when my days
are finally done.